Hi, dear students. Today we are going to learn about cascading style sheets. First, we will see what is cascading style sheet. Here, cascading style sheets short term is CSS. CSS is another technique available with HTML to increase the design or layout of the web page. Here, first we will move to the CSS syntax. So since we are using the CSS within the HTML code, so CSS is referring to another set of rules. Always CSS code is associated with the particular selector. Selector is going to be some kind of a tag, or in some cases some classes so ID names also comes as a selector. For just now, we will identify it as a tag. Then the declaration should be there within the curly bracket. Here at the declaration section, we can use property value pair. So H1 is the heading tag. For this heading, the property is color and the value is blue. So heading text should be in blue color and the font size should be 12 pixels. Here you can see there are two declarations are there. One declaration can separate with another declaration by a semicolon. Within a declaration, the property and value can be separated with a colon. Here, there is an example. The P is a selector and here the declaration comes within curly brackets. You can see open curly bracket and the close curly bracket. The color is one property, text align is another property, and the value of the color property is red, value of the text align property is center. So this paragraph will be colored in red and the text of the paragraph will be aligned to center. CSS comments comes within the symbol forward slash and the asterisk sign, then you can include your comment, then the asterisk sign and forward slash will cross the comment. The multi-line comment also comes with the same syntax. You can surround the multi-line comment with the same syntax. Then the next section is CSS selectors. There we are going to learn about element selectors and ID, class and group. So I will describe each of these within the next section while I am describing the three ways of CSS sheets that we can include into the web page. So those three ways are inline CSS, internal CSS and external CSS. We will go through each one. So first we will move to the inline CSS. So here it says inline CSS is written within the same line itself. So here you can see the H1 tag is there and the heading is there and closing H1 tag. Within the opening H1 tag, we are including our style. So with the style attribute and the value will be surrounded within quotation marks and it will be the property value pair as we described above. Okay. Now we will move to to the file which has inline CSS. In my computer, I have created HTML file called inline.html. You can give any name. In this file, I have included inline CSS. First, we will see the output. The output is this one. You can see the first heading is colored in blue. Next one is colored in red. Then we have a link, hyperlink. So we will see how this coding is done. So we will open this in Notepad to see the coding. Here you can see within the HTML code, inside the opening tag, as an attribute, we can include CSS code. Okay, style. By using style attribute all the time, by setting the value as property value pairs, we can include the styles. So this is a blue heading. This one, this H1 heading will be colored in blue. And the second heading, this is a heading, this is the heading that is going to appear at the web page. It is again a H1 heading, but its style I have set to color red and margin left to 30 pixels. From the left margin, it will indent to 30 pixels. Okay, then I have included some styles to the hyperlink. You know the hyperlink, A and href is the attribute that must be there to indicate the source file and the path. And this is external.html file is the file that we are going to connect to this web page. And style is the attribute that is going to hold the CSS coding. So the style is color red. So basically when the hyperlink appears at the web page, it will take some predefined color, but like black. But here we change that color to red at the first time. Before the user is visiting to the link, we say that the color of the text of the external link should be red. Here, this is the text that is going to appear at the web page, which connects with the hyperlink. Now we will again move to the output. Now you can see. We will describe both. Here, this is a blue heading. This line appears here with the color blue. And the second line, this is a heading. Color is red and margin left to 30 pixels. So 30 pixel is gap. Here the gap is 30 pixels, and then the text comes as, the heading comes as, this is a heading with the red color. Then I have included line break, so you can see the line break. Then here I have included the hyperlink. So I say at the coding I include that the style should be color red. So the hyperlink color will be changed to red. When I click on that hyperlink, you can see it is redirecting to the external.html page. Okay, so that is how we include inline CSS within the HTML line itself. And here, the next one is internal CSS. At the internal CSS, since the name is internal, it is also the CSS code going to include within the HTML file but it is going to include in the head section. Here you can see within the head section we are including another tag pair called style tag. Within the opening and closing style tag we include the CSS styles. Then these styles are going to valid or going to apply for the tags included in the same web page. Okay, now we will see the example that I have created for you, which include the internal CSS. First, we will see the output file. So this is the output file of internal CSS. You can see there is a heading and a paragraph and a list and a table. Okay, now we will move to the coding file. Here you can see within the head section, within the opening and closing head tags, I have included another tag pair called style. Here I have included set of CSS coding in order to design my web page. So make sure you include these styles at the head section. These styles are going to valid only for this web page. Okay. Here I have included the H1 heading. Okay, we will describe both with the output and the coding. Here we have the H1 heading. This is the heading. You can see the heading is here. Now you can see the heading is colored in orange color. How that happened? Here you can see at the opening H1 tag, I didn't specify any color. The color is specified here at the head section. Within the style tags, H1 color should be orange. Because of that one, this heading color is orange. If we include any other headings also, all the H1 headings will be colored in orange. Okay. Then the paragraph. This is a paragraph. I have included the paragraph. The paragraph text color is orange. Sorry, green. So green color is specified here. P color green. If you have more than one paragraph within the file, then all those paragraphs text will be colored in green. Okay. Then here I have included ordered list. So you can apply a style for ordered or unordered list. So you can set a background color like this. And even for the list items of the ordered or unordered list, you can set up some styles. Here I say I include a color in hexadecimal. So the background color will be this peach color. Then here at the next line, ordered list items, background color will be this light pink color. So the background color of the list item will be colored in light pink and margin left to 35 pixels. Okay, the gap is 35 pixels. There are so many other attributes that you can set to the um, list and list items using CSS. You can visit the W3 Schools website CSS section. Then you can learn a lot more than this about the CSS attributes. That means property value pairs that we can apply to each tag. And here I have included the table. At the table you can see I have included the caption as location. You can see the caption is there as the location. And two rows are there. The first row with the table headings, the second row with the table data. So here first row line is this one. Here I have two table headings. The first one is province, the second one is city, and second row I have two table data cells, Western and the Colombo. Now you can see I didn't include any styles here at the body section. But all the styles for the table I have included in the head section at this line. So I mentioned there table, th, td. To all these tags, the border should be 5 pixels and the color should be solid red. So you can see the thickness is increased at the output and the color is solid red. So this is called grouping the elements. Like this, you can include the styles only for one element, but if you need, you can group some elements and set the styles, same style to all those elements. Here, at the CSS selector section, CSS element selector we already discussed now. You know, for a particular element, now we can set a style, some kind of a one style or many styles. And now we have discussed how to include group in selector. So if many elements are going to hold the same property value pairs, okay, here you can see H1, H2 and P elements are going to hold the same property value pairs. So what we can do, we can say H1 comma H2 comma P for all these elements, set the property value pair as text align center and color red. This is called grouping. Now we have seen that one here, the grouping. Table TH and TD is going to hold the same styles, border 5 pixels and color is solid red. The same thing. Okay. Then we will move to the next method of inserting cascade style sheets, that is external CS. This is the most popular method of including style sheets because we can keep the whole website under one theme by using external CSS. Here we have to create two different files. One is the HTML file and the other one is the CSS file. So since both files are separated, this is how we linking those two files together. At the HTML file, we have at the head section, we have to include this line. Link at the rel attribute, we have to say we are going to relate style sheet to this page, and the hyperlink reference is this file. We have to refer to this file. If the file is not located in the same directory, you can specify the file name with the path. Style, styles.css. So styles.css file is this one. Here, this file is going to connect with the HTML file. Then whenever we include H1 heading, it will take the color as blue. And whenever we include a paragraph, the paragraph font color will be red. This is not only valid for one HTML page. If in our website we have 50 pages, all the 50 pages will comes under this rule. But you should remember, if we specify any internal CSS rules, they will consider that internal CSS rule more powerful than the external one. And also, at, at the web pages, if we have inline CSS rules, the inline CSS rules will be more powerful than internal. Okay, so the most powerful rule will be the inline, then the less powerful one is internal, the most lesser one is external. But external CSS will help us to maintenance of the website very easy, because we only need to change only one file if we need to change the theme of the website. But internal and inline, we have to go through the code one by one in order to change the coding and the styles. Now we will see the example I have created in external.html. First we will see the output. Here you can see this is the external HTML file I have created with the external CSS style. We will see the coding along with the output. Here you can see I have connected link the styles.css file to this HTML file. Now we will see in my directory where the styles.css file is located. It's here. Now the HTML file is here and styles.css file is here. So if we link this styles.css file to these two other web pages also, then these styles will valid for those web pages also. Okay. So here this file is linked into the styles.css file. This is the first heading of H1 tag. That is the H1 heading that comes as the very first heading of the web page. This is the first heading of H1. Now you can see it has taken color and the font size has changed. We will see how these formattings have done, because in the HTML file you cannot see any styles. No, here only the HTML coding is available at the external.html file, at the web file. So all these styles are applied to this styles.css file. So we will open the styles.css file and see. Okay. Here you can see H1 tags, all the H1 tags of the website should take the color as pink, and font family should be Verdana, and font size should be the percentage value is given 3 times larger than the normal size, 300%. So here you can see it has been applied. The H1 color is in pink color and the font family is as given and the font size has increased. Then you can see there is another H1 tag. But you can see that H1 tag is not taking these properties. This is the second heading of H1 tag. This H1 tag is not taking these properties. Why is that? Because it has connected to a class. Okay. So if we need to change the properties, style properties of the same tag, either we can use inline CSS or we can create classes, then set the CSS coding at the class, then only include the name at the tag. Okay. So here, since at the tag, at the opening H1 tag, I'm using the class attribute and the value is set into the center. In my CSS file, I should have a class called center. Here, you can see I have created a class called center. This is the syntax dot center. This is the syntax to create a class. And I have set some attributes, property value pair, text aligned to center. You can see this, this text is aligned to center and color is blue and the font size is 200%, 2 times larger than the normal H1. Okay, all these properties have applied. You can see that one. Okay. Then H2. There is another tag called H2 tag. This is the first heading of H2 tag. This one. So for the H2, I have applied some properties, property values. Color brown, font family Courier, font size 160%. Okay, all those are applied. Then the next one, paragraph. This is the first paragraph. Okay, let's see what are the properties we have applied for the free tag. Color brown, font family Courier, font size 160%. Okay, this is the paragraph. Then we have another paragraph. This is the second paragraph, this one. There I have used a ID, okay, called para1. So at the opening tag of the paragraph, I'm using the attribute called ID and I'm setting the value to para1. Here you can see this one, how we are creating a ID. So since I'm using para1 here as a ID, you can use any name, any text here, but ID and class cannot start with a number. Make sure that your ID and class name is not here. Class name and ID name should not start with a number, but you can include numbers at the middle or end. So here for the para1 ID, I have created this styles. So here when at the styles sheet, CSS coding, you have to include the hash sign at the front of the ID name. Then you can specify the property value pairs. Then you can see that the second paragraph has aligned to center and color applied as red color. Okay, here it is aligned to center and the color is red. Okay. And here, if we use this asterisk sign, this section, if we use the asterisk sign, these properties will be applied to all the tags available in the web page, but it will skip the ones that has some inline calling like class and ID. Okay, where the classes and IDs or inline CSS are mentioned are not going to apply this style, but other sections will apply this one. So that means all the elements will call this value. It is called universal selector. Okay, the universal selector is the asterisk sign. So affect every HTML element on the page. But remember that it will skip that inline ones. Okay, we will see that one. How it skip those inline codes. Now I have activated, I have removed that comment. Then I will go to save that one. Now see how this output will change. Here it says text aligned to right. So all the text should be aligned to right, but you can see some text are not aligned to right. Here, the first heading and H2 heading and the first paragraph is aligned to right. But this is the second heading of H1 tag and this is the second paragraph. These two are not going to align to right. Why is that? Because here they have class attributes and ID attributes applied inline. So those are very powerful than this universal code. So they are taking their styles and all the others are aligned to right. Okay. So those are the three ways that we can create CSS codings with the HTML. That's all for today. So you can practice these and go through the video. Later we will upload assignment. You can do that one and send that assignment to us. Thank you.